Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at the K&F Alpha Sling, and we're going to see how it compares with the Ulanzi bag. So stick around and we'll dive right in. Now, as I'm always saying, my channel is for you guys. I had a subscriber request I do a review on the K&F Alpha bag. Huge shout out to Danny. Thank you very, very much for the suggestion because this is a great bag and I didn't even know about it. So first things first, the measurements are 13.1 this way, 8.8 tall, and it expands out to 6 inches this way. Price-wise, it's very comparable to the Ulanzi, and they're just almost the same exact size. But it does have some features that the Ulanzi doesn't, and the Ulanzi has some features that the K&F doesn't. So the K&F bag is made out of they call it a 60-40 polyester nylon material, and all of it feels really good, except this little piece up here honestly feels like it might wear out pretty quick. It doesn't feel very robust. And there's another piece, little bitty strip, just right here, that's the same material. The rest of the bag feels like it would really wear quite well, but those two little areas, and they probably will be just fine, but they just feel a little bit lightweight compared to the rest of the bag. Now, starting on the back, it's got a really nice handle, and I'll be making comparisons this whole video so you guys can see the difference. The Ulanzi bag has a pretty nice handle too. Their handle is a little bit padded. K&F's is padded too, but kind of in a different way. They're both perfectly acceptable, so I would say the handles rate pretty even. Now, the Ulanzi bag has a rear zipper compartment that actually has the AquaGuard zippers on it. It's just a fairly big, large open area. The K&F bag has a zippered pocket back here that's very well hidden. And it's just a big open area. I like the fact it's hidden, but I like the fact that the Ulanzi has the AquaGuard zippers on theirs. I really like this front compartment. It has a key leash, like they all do. I'd kind of like this one though, because you just push this in and it pops off. You can take it with you, and when you get done, boom, back in, drop it in the bag. It has a zippered pouch on the side that's up against your body. And then on this other side is a fantastic place to put your camera batteries. They just pop in right there. Now, one has a green tab on it, and the other one has a red tab. So you could put, charged and uncharged. And then there's a bigger pocket over here for maybe like a lens filter. It's bigger than the width of my hand. This bag, it doesn't open all the way across right there, so it's really kind of hard to show that to you. But there is a third pocket over there. So I really like the organization of this front part of the bag. The Ulanzi organization, it has a flap over it, which makes it really hard to get into. Now, it has two pockets in here, and that's pretty much it. It does have a key leash, but it's kind of cheesy. The front pocket definitely goes to the K&F on this one. The middle compartment, and this is where it gets kind of interesting. So it's a big open area. It comes with this divider. And honestly, it took me a minute to figure out how to get this in the bag. And I want to talk about the divider for a minute. And so what you do with this thing is when you fold it up, and then these also these are actually split. And so when you fold this thing up, that's your divider, which is great, right? No, it's not padded. It's fleece lined, which I do like that, but there is very, very little padding in this. And when you put this in the bag, this becomes the bottom of your bag. This sits right on the bottom. So I would like to see a little bit more padding, just a little bit. So I end up using just some old dividers that I had from another bag because, every bag sends you way more than you need. because this whole thing is fleece lined. So you can put other dividers anywhere you want to. And it just gives you a little extra padding. You still don't have a lot on the bottom. So don't be throwing your bag on the ground. In this big open area, you just slide this down in here, and then there's two pockets. So it goes below the pockets, and then these are Velcro. So you've got two fleece lined, they're fleece lined on one side and then smooth on the other side. And they're pretty good sized pockets for storing whatever you need to store. Now, as you can see, it's a pretty big area. So let me grab my big camera. This is an 80D with an 18 to 55, so not a huge lens, but good enough. I carry the M6 Mark II, which is a tiny camera, and most of you guys have a little bit bigger camera, so I usually try to use this camera to kind of show off. So if we set this camera down in there, you'd either have to take the lens off or leave one of these dividers down. And if you put a divider down, then it fits in there with no problem. And you have room for a second lens. And for my second lens, I've got an 80 to 200, and it drops down in there there's plenty of room. Now the bag does have compression straps. Now you can make this thing as skinny as you want to with these compression straps, or as wide as you need it. I've got it opened wide so you can kind of see the zippers. The center part does have the two-way zippers where you can open it from either side, which I like that. That's a win-win. And it does open wider than the Ulanzi, so you can see inside of it. Now, the Ulanzi has two-way zippers as well, but it is a little bit deeper, but it doesn't open as far, so you can't really see inside there as well. It does have a small zippered pocket on this side, very, 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 very small. And it does have the magnetic pocket on this side. But as far as on the inside, honestly, their dividers aren't a whole lot better. They do have it set up for one camera and a spare lens, so they do hold about the same amount. But I gotta say, I'm really kind of liking the AquaGuard zippers on the Ulanzi because it is right on top. And if you're caught out in the rain, I'm just kind of worried that a reverse coil zipper, if it gets water right on the zipper, I'm afraid it's going to get into the bag. Now, I didn't take it out in the rain. I have tested this for a couple of weeks, and I do like this bag. On the bottom, it's got a place for a tripod if you had like a mini travel tripod. So that's nice. Now let's talk about the belt. The belts on these bags are two completely different setups. This one you have to push in and then push these to release it, which is not really that big a deal because I put it on and off over my head, so I don't really use the buckle a whole lot. And it is a nice seatbelt material. They did include these elastic keepers for the dangly bits, and so I have no complaints about the belt. It is that nice soft seatbelt material. There is no shoulder pad. On the Ulanzi bag, the way the belt is made, there are no dangly bits. This adjusts back and forth. This side adjusts back and forth. So you don't have any loose ends. Then you've got this really nice padded addition that you can take off if you don't want it. But it makes the bag super comfortable to wear. And the belt is detachable. You've got two of these clips, one on either side, so you can take the strap completely off, which on the K&F you cannot. So the strap has to go to Ulanzi. I have to give that one to Ulanzi. So now we get to the part where I show you what they look like on. So as you can see, 10 liters is a pretty good sized bag on me. The way the strap is put on, it really, somebody asked me if it would be a good messenger bag. And if you tried to wear it over one shoulder, I think it would try to keep falling off. But if you put it over your head and sling it across, now I suppose you could sling it over your body if you wanted to, but it is kind of big. So, but it rides pretty good right there. I walked around for about 4 or 5 hours with it, and I ended up using it as a shoulder rest a lot of the time. The strap on the Ulanzi is a lot more comfortable, a lot, and it's a lot easier to adjust without taking it on and off. And it feels right down at my side. I definitely would wear the Ulanzi down at my side. This padded shoulder strap makes all the difference in the world. I'll give you my 2 cents for what it's worth. The bags are about the same price. The Ulanzi is about $5 higher. I like the materials on the K&F as far as the front and the back go. They feel really durable. I do like the organization of the front pocket better on the K&F, and the fact that you have more access to the main compartment. In both of them, I would use my own dividers. I don't like the dividers that come with either of them. After all things considered, I'm going to have to give the win to the Ulanzi. With the AquaGuard zippers, the padded shoulder strap, the fact you can take the shoulder strap off, the fact it's easier to adjust, the win goes to Ulanzi. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next video.